Enzo Maresca's Chelsea got a lesson in why making mistakes hurt, especially if you keep doing so against Manchester City. Erling Haaland was their tormentor-in-chief. Now, not only was he fit enough to start after suffering that muscular injury, which forced him off at half-time against Barcelona, but he played nearly the majority of the game here, and he absolutely bulldozed through Chelsea in the opening minutes, putting City 2-0 up with more aggression than the storm that had preceded the game, and then he got his hat-trick in the second half. Now, Chelsea initially struggled with a lot of the elements they were trying to implement, the build-up from the back, ball retention, ball progression, but they did grow into the game, and by the end of the first half, they looked a lot more comfortable. Then Maresca thinks that they actually pacified City for large periods of the second half, denied them as much possession as they would like. Now, Pep Guardiola was very quick to say that although we saw a lot of mistakes from Chelsea, that was more to do with the pitch conditions here in Ohio. They're not really used to having grass here, rather than any of the stuff that Maresca's trying to introduce. He actually thinks the way he's trying to get Chelsea to play, switching them to having more control in possession and dominating teams, being more assertive, will actually be good for them, and we'll see better from them throughout the Premier League season. We will see if that is the case. As for City, I mean, it was pretty much the story here of a team that has been so infused by Guardiola's demands, spending 8 years with him, versus a team that have just spent 5 weeks under a new manager trying to get to grips with his basics.
Well, we heard Melissa there mention the condition of the pitch, and it was criticised by Pep Guardiola after the game. He believed it contributed to Chelsea's problems during the game. Maresca was asked about Guardiola's comments and said, "Sometimes when we say something, it can sound like an excuse. I don't want to say this, but for sure, the pitch doesn't help in the way we want to play because the ball has to be quick. This kind of pitch slows the ball down. I have no doubts about the progress this team is making at the moment. Mistakes are just part of the process."
Well, meanwhile, Guardiola refused to be drawn on the future of this man, Julian Alvarez, with Atletico Madrid in talks over a deal understood to be worth up to £59 million.
Alvarez has been playing for Argentina at the Olympics and said he will decide about his future after the Games.
Well, speaking after last night's win, Guardiola said he's absolutely our player. He will come back. I count on him. I'm sure when he comes back, I'll hug and congratulate for the Copa America, for the Olympics, and we will start to work together.